All right, man. Welcome back to Agree to Disagree. And if you're new, welcome to Agree to Disagree. My boy Jay Lloyd, Coach Pops, Coach B, we got Craig in the cut. All right. We're starting something new on Agree to Disagree. We're calling it Rapid Fire. Now, Rapid Fire is a game we're going to play. It's 10 questions or 10 statements or 7, depending on how many questions we put on there. It don't really matter. But each time I say a statement, everyone's going to flip over if they agree or if they disagree. Without further ado, let's get into it. First question, man, or first statement, my bad. First statement. Devin Booker should have been the bubble MVP. Pops, why should Devin Booker have been the MVP?
They were 8-0. He brought his team out of nowhere. They were a Levert jumper in that 90. No, 8-0. I mean, what they did was special. What he did was special, man. 8-0, and the Suns came out of nowhere. Nobody expected that. No, the Suns did what everybody thought the Pelicans should have done. So yeah, easy.
And to add on to that, Pops, he averaged 30 on 50% shooting, while Dame averaged about 37.6, but his team went 6-2. So it just depends on, what you're looking for. I'm gonna let you respond to that. We'll go with Jay. What you got? What's your rebuttal to that?
I think you just said it, man. Dame time. I thought Book was great. Book did go 8-0. Pops, you completely right with that. But I still felt like Dame, he kind of willed them dudes, man. It just looked, some of them games, and it just looked different. It looked different, especially with the whole Pat Bev thing and just guys kind of jabbing at him. And through all of that, he kept getting better and better and better and better. Now, you're right. If LeVert make this shot, but he didn't. And Dame was amazing, man. So that's what I have a little slight edge though. Slight edge over Book.
All right, man. We're gonna move on to the next question, man. Our statement, my bad. Bucks and the Raptors will be the most competitive series if it happens. Okay, just move on from that. Now, when I meant competitive, I meant because they both played D. So that's what I meant by competitive, not they're playing hard and this team has a more storyline. That's
Lakers Clips.
Lakers Clips?
Yeah.
That's fair. That's
Lakers
fair.
Clips. Lakers Clips.
Yeah.
All right. Lakers and Portland will go at least 6 games. Craig, why no?
Because like I predicted before, the Lakers are going to sweep them, but I think the Lakers are going to turn it up as soon as it's time to play. So I think they're not going to be playing around. And I think that also, too, I'm big on energy and rest. I think Portland expelled a lot of energy just to make it to the playoffs. And I think that's going to be a tall task to compete against the Lakers with the chip LeBron has on his shoulders.
Yeah. Craig, Jay, you want to respond to that?
I don't think anything Craig said was necessarily wrong. I just feel like I do still get a little leery of the Lakers in close games. And I feel like if there's 1 or 2 close games in that series, I feel like Portland can steal 1 or 2 of them because Dame, they just still have no one that can consistently stop Dame. If you put LeBron on Dame, they're going to go to CJ. So then I feel like it's still, you got to pick one, and Melo can space the floor. So I feel like they don't play enough D to win the series, but I feel like in a close game, they could probably steal 1 or 2 for sure.
I agree. You want to chime in on that, B? You good?
So the players play no defense. So
okay. That's true. I just agree with Jay, man. If it's a close game, I trust Portland down the stretch more than I trust the Lakers, just because I feel like they have a more, dare I say it, better closer. You know what I mean? More consistent closer. No shot.
No,
That's
I
a fact.
agree.
Yeah.
I
That's
agree.
a fact.
That's just all straight up. I agree. But I think that the Lakers haven't been playing hard because they're just trying to save the energy for the playoffs.
Add on to that too, Craig. How you said the Lakers just gonna turn it on, and they haven't, and Portland's gonna be tired because they've been playing a lot of basketball. Me and Jay were talking about this earlier. Yeah, Portland's played a lot of basketball, but when was the last meaningful game that the Lakers played?
That's true. But also too, I think that's another reason why you mail it in and make sure you go into the playoffs healthy versus trying to beat everybody. You already know who you are. Just a matter of all the pressure we say LeBron has. Can he turn it up and motivate his team to do so when it's time when the bright lights are on?
He can't turn up flow. All I'm saying is because Portland's been playing in more meaningful games, they're in a better flow than the Lakers right now. They have two better players, the Lakers. They have two better players that can exceed them through that. But when it comes to just overall team, I just feel they're in a better flow because they had to play more meaningful games. Still got the Lakers in 6, though. All right, let's move on. All right. These are the top 5 players in the bubble. No specific order. LeBron, Kawhi, Giannis, Harden, Dame.
Top 5 in the bubble.
Top 5, no order. LeBron, Kawhi, Giannis, Harden, and Dame. No specific order. All right. Jay, if you can bring one person in and one person out, who would you take? Luka over who?
Luka's got to be in there.
Over who? Oh, over who?
King.
Over who?
Ooh,
King.
Huh?
Give him 5 again. Give him 5 again.
LeBron, Kawhi, Giannis, Harden, Dame.
Oh, you said Giannis.
I'm going to take Giannis. Giannis got to get out.
Oh!
What is
LeBron?
Oh, my God.
What?
We're going to take Giannis, so. He been suspended half the bubble. He been suspended.
No.
That's suspended one game.
Listen, it says these are the top 5 players in the bubble. Not these players.
Averaging 12 points a game.
No. Are we based on performance in the bubble or just top 5 period?
5 players in the bubble
that have played in the bubble.
No, these. Some people that would be in the top 5, like KD, he ain't playing. So I'm saying these are the top 5 players that are in the bubble, not based on their bubble performance. They're just in the bubble.
Oh, no. I thought you meant based on the bubble. My bad.
Top 5 players in the
That's
bubble.
what I thought too.
LeBron, Kawhi, Giannis, Harden, and Dame.
It's hard to argue that because you're splitting hairs when you're going. You're pulling one.
Yeah. Once again, not my statement. So do we? Let's try. Let's put your card up again. Let's see.
I said no, but then I mean,
thank you. You know, Pops. Who would you take out and who would you bring in?
I'm taking out Dame. I'm putting Luka in.
Whoa! We taking Dame out?
We talking overall players, right? Luka.
Man.
Luka, listen, man. Listen. Luka has showed a whole season.
So has Dame, Pops. He was doing this, but
no, he has not. It's been Luka all year. Look what Luka got Dallas at. It's Luka all.
The 7th seed. They have him at the 7th seed.
Dame had to fight to get in the playoffs. Luka was already in.
The whole team was hurt, Pops.
No excuses. Luka.
These are facts. There's no
He's
excuses.
not going by the bubble. Luka.
That's crazy.
Luka.
Luka over Dame. This man is bold.
For the season, Luka. Y'all don't stop this.
All right, let me read the question again. Let me read the statement again because you said for the season, but I don't know if you were saying I don't know. These are the top 5 players in the bubble right now. In the bubble. NBA players
It's
that are
not
in
based
the
off
bubble.
performance.
These are the top 5 players. These are just the top 5 players in the bubble. All right? Because LeBron didn't play like a top 5 player in the bubble, but he's a top 5 player, right?
Nor did
Exactly.
Kawhi.
So then it just
Okay, but I'm making a
players.
point. It's not a jab. Calm down, Laker fans. It's not a jab. So here's the 5: LeBron, Kawhi, Giannis, Harden, Dame. Man, that's crazy.
Harden was in there. I didn't
yeah, Harden in there.
Okay.
So
Yes, B. Yes, Craig.
I mean, it's just hard to argue.
That's a tough statement. Like that's just like it doesn't really.
It's just a statement, man. It's just
it just
now
AD could be in it.
because LeBron hasn't. He said he struggled in the bubble. Kawhi hasn't played great. Giannis hasn't played great. So you really could take all 3 of them out.
But that's what I said is not.
These are
the top 5 players in the bubble.
And Luka's in there.
That's tough.
Luka's in there. Luka is 7 games and 10 games up on 8 seed. Luka's in there.
All right, I respect that, bro. All right. I'm gonna throw a little Laker question at y'all, man. Kyle Kuzma is the biggest X factor for the Lakers. Why no, Jay?
I still think it's AD. I still think it's AD. I think Kyle Kuzma's great, but I think if Kyle Kuzma's great and LeBron is great, they can't win. AD has to be a different AD. It's kind of like we talk about Kobe and Shaq. I know we be joking, but if Kobe wasn't Kobe, being real, they're not. Robert Horry can make shots. Robert Horry can make plays.
So who's Robert Horry? Kuz?
I would say he's that third guy. The Lakers got changed depending on the series. Derek Fisher. No. Hear me out. Derek Fisher. But Shaq and Kobe carried a huge load with that Laker group. This group is a little different.
So are you questioning? You don't know if AD's gonna be able to be Robin, a good enough Robin? He can, but are you saying that's the part where you're?
I think that to me is if he's Robin, it may be KCP. It may not be Kuz that game. It may be Rondo. I think that third player can kind of fluctuate. Mm-hmm. AD's got to be AD though.
Facts. Craig, go ahead.
Yeah, they need at least 50 from LeBron and AD just to compete.
Mm-hmm.
25, 30, and 20 something. But AD, he dropped he laid like 3 eggs in the bubble. I mean, 9-point games. And those, if you notice the games they lost were the games he struggled. But then again, too, they sat him a lot. They didn't try to overdo him. He might still be dealing with some small injuries. But I think with Kuz, he definitely – they need – assuming that LeBron and AD do their thing, 45 to 50 points a game, they need Kuz in the 15 to 17 point at least to really, really feel comfortable as they go through the bracket.
He need that consistently?
I think consistent. I think he can do it. I think he's been averaging, I want to say, at least 15. He has some good games, He's played very well. The most consistent Laker to me, the games I've seen during the bubble. And that's the same thing Coach said as well during practice.
Biggest X factors is 3-point shooting, man. They got
the
shots,
Lakers.
They ain't gonna win. Yeah.
Agreed. All right, man. This is a good question right here. All right. Memphis wins that playoff elimination game with Jaren Jackson. Why do you feel like they would have won with him, Pops?
He can attack. He's a good shooter. And the dude could just flat out play. To be honest, I would if Memphis just were lacking. That's when they were lacking just some veteran leadership that game. I think, just hypothetically, if you got a Marc Gasol playing with that group, it might be a little different because he's a veteran. They played their tails off that game, man. They just made some. I think with Jaren Jackson, it was somebody else missing for them. Because I thought so far, watching, what's his name, Dylan?
Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks. I thought defensively, I thought what I saw, he was the best job I see that put on Dame. I really think that game, he wore Dame out. He wore him down because he was attacking him and making him come off screen. And
Dame still had 31 and 12?
But he stepped up. It don't matter.
Down.
Larry Bird used to say he had 37, but that was a hard 37 going against Michael Cooper. Against everybody else. It's different. It's different.
All right.
Dylan Brooks is not on his level.
I didn't say so, but he made him work on skin. He made him work on. If you watch, a lot of times Dame didn't get in that. Dame wore down in that game. He didn't have it the last 4 minutes of that game. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll be right again. Okay.
Talk about Jared Jackson. We went to Dylan Brooks.
I'm just saying he's done the best defensive job on Dame.
He was solid. He was solid. Yeah, I mean, see,
get to.
I just feel like, Pops, I feel what you're saying. I just feel like Dame wasn't even trying to go at him like that because CJ had it going. So if CJ has it going, Dame's not going to try to go for 45, 50. Every game he did that, CJ was struggling. Like, every game.
60 point game.
Yeah. Either if it was in the first half, he was going out in the second half, it didn't matter. Did you want to add something, Jay? Or I can move on.
No, move on. Y'all said it was. Yeah.
Mark Jackson needs to be the next coach for the Pelicans. Why, yes, Jay?
I just feel like he's done it before. I mean, we talk about it all the time, guys. Like, I think he took a Warrior group that needed that extra push, and he's only done it once. But I feel like he wasn't given the chance to even take that group where he could have taken them. And I feel like this group, I think there'll be a different level of respect. I think he can get the most out of Lonzo Ball, too. I think he can really get Lonzo Ball to that next level.
You think he can help? You think he can boost his confidence? Not to cut you off. You think he'll give him that confidence? Yeah.
I think Lonzo he's not as good as Mark Jackson was, but I think he's more athletic, and I think Mark understands the game enough to help him take him to that next level. And he fits that style of play in Brandon Ingram. He's gonna give guys confidence, man. So I feel like he has to be that coach.
Facts. All right, Pops, what you got?
No. And I'm going to tell you why I say no. Time for the pop-up. I got to go to work now, James, because they tripping. Look here, man. I'm not taking that job unless they're going to assure me and tell me that Zion's going to play, and we're not going to baby him. I'm not taking that job because
Facts.
You cannot now not get on, but they babied that dude. And they told Alvin Gentry to baby that dude all season. You wait till the last 2 games of the playoffs or to make a run to play that dude 25 minutes, and then you fire the coach. I'm not taking that job. Either he going to play or he's not going to play. But here again, you got to realize, Griffin didn't hire Gentry. It always happens. You got to hire your guy. And I think right now, because I just watching it, I think Lonzo Ball, they need a coach that's going to really – because I think his confidence is gone because he's doing the same thing that he did when he was with the Lakers, giving the ball to somebody else and running to the corner, even when the dudes really go to the bench. Ingram and Holiday. He doesn't show that takeover spirit. Everybody's shooting but Lonzo. He out there just floating. Nah. But if Zion is going to be baby, I'm not taking that job. Zion has to play, and they got to let him play. That was real foul what they did. Not get off top of that was foul, man. Shouldn't have fired that man for that.
And just to add on, yeah, true. Just to,
David Griffin.
Yeah. Just to add on to that, Pops. I think Jay said it in one of our shows, man. That's not his dude, right? That's not the coach he'd hire, you know. So I just think it was one of those situations like the Lakers with Luke Walton. Like you're gonna have to do something miraculous, you know, for you to stay. I think out of respect, he just gave them the year to see what they're gonna do. But I think he was already gone. Just like Luke Walton, we knew Luke Walton was already gone. Yeah, so even if they did make the playoffs,
fire the man when you can't. You knew you was going to do that because you all said, man, they babies. That was overkill.
Yeah. The way they did it, Gentry was a dead man walking. You know what I mean?
Brian Shaw coaching Kobe last year. I said like Brian Scott. Brian Scott.
Why? Because they just to get some familiarity. Because Kobe tripping, you don't want to handle him. So just babysit him till we get this over. But no, man. If he's not, they're not gonna let him go. I'm not taking that job. If they're gonna baby him, I'm not taking it.
Can I ask something real quick? I was gonna say I was thinking about this last week, and I promise I'm happy this question came up. You know, we were talking about Tibbs and how the players on that roster, when they heard he was a coach, they're probably like, I think it's going to be the total opposite if they announce Mark Jackson for the job, because even Steve Kerr said, I give Mark Jackson credit for developing these dudes. And we talking about a big splash. What coach you going to hire that's going to make a bigger splash in New Orleans who's proven that can develop young talent? And one thing I want to say that I don't think anybody would say, I think for whatever held Mark Jackson back from getting a job in previous years, I'm pretty sure he learned a lot too to not make those same mistakes moving forward. You know what I mean? So I got to give a man that kind of credit moving forward. But I think it'll be a great hire because I don't really know who else is out there that even Jason Kidd, man. I don't think he's proven as a coach. Great player. He went straight from the court to the bench. But I think that he's probably learning more now as a Lakers assistant than he did as a coach. You know what I mean? So I just feel like Mark Jackson would be a great, fit for that team.
Fact. I agree. All right, let's go 2 more. I got 2 more. OKC in 7 against the Rockets. Why yes, Greg?
I think it's definitely going to be, like I said, a competitive series, a bloodbath. Obviously, the Russell Westbrook injury is a factor. But one thing I just thought about that Brian mentioned, that I didn't forget, but I was just refreshed my memory that Chris Paul going to have a chip on his shoulder. You know what I mean? So I think he definitely has a lot to prove with a few years left. 7 games. I think that's going to be another one of the other good series of the playoffs.
Okay. Jay?
I just think OKC's going to win in 6. That's the only difference. I just feel like arguably D'Antoni's best playoff performance was with Chris Paul. We could argue that. Like his best playoff performance ever, he had Chris Paul on his team. And I feel like Chris Paul was the difference in that series that they took Golden State to 7. He doesn't have Chris Paul now, so I think we're going to see. But I feel like, y'all can tell if I'm wrong, there's always been an issue of leadership with Russell. Not his heart, not his desire, but can he lead? And I feel like that's the part that Houston misses. They got a dog. Russ is a dog, but Chris Paul gave him that leadership. And I feel like now with Russ being gone, being hurt, and Harden has to do it by himself, he hasn't really done that. He's struggling when he's by himself. Chris Paul's going to kind of expose him in terms of a leadership standpoint. And I feel like you said earlier, if they're in a hole, I think they might get him to 6, man. Russ got to get back quick, man. You got to get back quick.
Man, y'all tripping, man. This is the same Rocket team y'all said going to be. But now they losing OKC in 6
No,
games.
no,
You kidding
no,
me, man?
I
No.
picked OKC
Y'all
before.
knock it off.
No, I picked OKC.
Well, no, I'm talking about when when y'all said when y'all said the Rockets would beat the Clippers.
Yeah, that's what
They lose it to OKC
That's
in
matchups,
5
though.
games.
That's matchups,
Oh,
Jay.
knock it off.
But that's with a
man.
healthy roster, though.
Knock it
I
off.
mean, the Lakers could lose to Portland without AD if he's hurt.
Terrible, man.
You got to give.
That's crazy.
Listen, man. Jay said it
Rockets
best.
in 7, man.
Their best series was when Chris Paul was running that thing against Golden State. When he went down, what happened? When he went down, what happened? When he went down, James got exposed when he went down. And it's just one of those things where it's
Not too hyped.
man, man, y'all be making me hot, man. Y'all be talking.
What do we do?
Man, I'm just talking about James. Man, listen, Chris Paul. Even if it goes 7, you know who's going to control that series? It's going to be Chris Paul.
Y'all
It's
tripping,
going to
man.
be Chris Paul. Now, James came talking about, well, I need Russ. Same team. No. And we ain't giving no passes. Chris and James. And James know why Chris ain't there. And Chris know why he's not there. And we all know Chris plays with a chip on his shoulder.
So what's the students you're talking about? Russell's back.
Game 3.
The soonest.
Yeah. It's Russ, man. He might show up game 1, man. It's Russ.
Okay.
Man, you saying it like he Kobe. Come on, man.
No, Cole. We know LeBron be out until next season, though.
Here we
All
go.
right, next question.
Yeah, let's go. I'm not doing this. Let's go. Here we go.
I'm cramping.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Dallas and the Clippers are going 7 games.
Ooh.
No? No? Okay. All right. I only brought it up because, Jay said Rick Carlisle might get at Doc. So that's why I was like, maybe he'll bite. Maybe someone will bite.
And if all y'all out there that bleeds red and blue, if that goes 7 games, that doesn't fare well for the Clippers, for whoever got to face in the second round.
That's true.
I'm just big on playoffs, man, because I've seen Golden State, all these teams that even the Lakers in previous years, all the teams that go 6 or 7 games in a competitive series, it takes a lot out of you, man, to go and play a competitive series after that. It's just hard, That
All right,
fatigue that's in.
This is my last one. Last one. All right. The Lakers have a tougher first round matchup than the Clippers.
Always try to compare the man.
No? Okay. How Pops? They got the
Listen, man.
Wait. The Clippers playing against Luka. He's a top 5 player. Y'all playing against Dame.
Hold on.
He's playing against a top 5 player, Pop.
Okay, since you always want to you've been bringing up Dame, everybody was injured and all this stuff.
I'm just saying what you said, bro.
Okay, I'm just saying, is Portland really a HC technically?
No.
Really?
No.
Okay.
No.
So that's the tough. But just like, I'm going to tell you why though. But just like we hear the noise, don't think number 23 and number 3 don't hear the noise. If y'all think that Nurkic is going to stop Anthony Davis and Whiteside, man, listen, if y'all, AD, and this is why everybody go like, well, man, AD's been up and down. No, it's not. All the centers that AD know he would probably play in the playoffs, he busted them. Every last one of them. Every last one of them.
Once again,
So,
not my statement. Once again.
What?
And once again, not my statement. Not my statement. Just a statement.
Well,
not my statement.
When you tougher seed, Lakers got the tougher seed. Everybody know that.
All right. But didn't you just say Luka was a top 5 player in the bubble?
But this season, yes.
Oh, okay. So what makes Portland tougher than Dallas if
we're going to use the injuries that Portland have, right?
they don't have any injuries now?
No, I mean now, them dudes ain't healthy, man. Jerkic ain't healthy. No,
who?
Jerkic ain't healthy.
He's been bowling.
Did you see what's the name? What's the dude? What's the center for Memphis?
Valanciunas?
He had like 20 and 20 that game, didn't he?
Oh,
Yeah.
you reach your
I mean, he
pops.
was wait, who? Nurkic, right?
Hold on. I'm like,
Yeah, I thought he had 20 and 20.
but still, I'm like Jay West when everybody thought Jay West should have traded James Worthy for Mark Aguirre. He said, "Why am I give up 30 to give up another 30?" No, that was an even Steven game.
Pops, I don't.
Wait. Just have.
Okay, did Valanciunas what was his numbers in that game? What was his
Played
numbers?
solid. I don't know though. He played solid though.
Was his numbers comparable to Nurkic?
No, his was
Yes,
20 and 20.
Yes, they were.
Nurkic lost his grandmother. Maybe he heard.
Look up Valanciunas' stats.
We got our guy on it. Craig's on it, man. He's on
Greg,
it.
look it up, man. What about you?
Craig's on it.
What did he have that last game against Portland?
22 and 17. Talking about the center?
Yeah, it's right there. He right there.
6 assists.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Man, y'all,
34
What
minutes.
point does that make though?
Well,
I don't know.
Pops, you got to grab James, man. Grab James.
cause they have been no, man. And I've been right, and they hate when I write. So y'all be doing this on the show, but off air, y'all know I'll be right.
Pops, what are you talking about?
Can I tell you, I just got a question. So I looked at, here's the thing. Pops may be onto something because I automatically, I'm a Laker fan, blah, blah, blah. But who's going to stick, Paul George and Kawhi for Dallas? You're going to need at least 15 fouls. So who's going to stick them?
Let me take that really quick. I feel like I would say Dallas has the better team. I just think it's lack of experience. I just feel like that's the reason why they're not as much of a threat as Portland. Like, Dame them missed the conference finals. So now you putting Dame and CJ against the Lakers in a neutral site. And you got Dallas, right, you got Dallas playing in a neutral site, but they're playing for the first time. And they have no one on their team who's of relevance that's really been proven. This is Luka's first time. I want to say it's Porzingis' first time too. So
did he make it with?
Did he make it with New York?
I thought he didn't make it with D Rose and Carmelo were there.
No.
They didn't make that.
Yeah, I don't know if they made the playoffs. So I would just say I agree with what you're saying, Craig. I just say more experience. That's why I felt like that point may have the edge a little bit.
And I know the Portland having that point guard the Lakers don't have an answer for. Mm-hmm. That's a tough matchup for them. But on the flip side,
it's not just the point guard. It's the shooting guard too.
Okay. But you got bodies that you can throw on the shooting guard. It's just that point guard is what to me is more of a threat. But on the flip side, the matchup is just as bad for Portland because
ain't got nobody guard LeBron
or AD. I mean, so that's tough when it comes to the matchup.
I feel, but like you said about a guard, I feel like they got bodies, like they got size. I'm not saying they're gonna guard AD, but I'm saying they have bodies to throw at AD. They have nothing to throw at LeBron. Like Melo's gonna be guarding LeBron. There's no one they can throw at LeBron.
AD. What bodies?
Pops, bro. They have size, so they have multiple players that can guard AD, not stop AD, but multiple players on paper that play the same position, but that has some size to guard him. Not lock him up. Just multiple bodies to throw at him. Okay, you know how when Kobe used to play against teams, they used to throw 4 different players at him. That's what I mean by throwing bodies at him. As for
not having
LeBron,
Trevor Ariza hurts them though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't have no one to throw at LeBron. Whoever guards LeBron's gonna have to guard him the whole game. Like Melo's gonna be on LeBron.
And he gonna foul out too.
What?
Who did you say gonna be on LeBron?
Well, right now is Carmelo listed, right? He's a small forward.
He's gonna foul out. We just gonna put him in the pick and roll then. Okay, we good.
Melo gonna foul out. No, some look at
they ain't gonna put Melo on him, man.
I'm looking at the roster right now. You got Zach Collins, Nurkic, maybe.
That's who they go put over, bro.
Hurt.
They go put Zach Collins on Bron.
Zach Collins hurt. Zach Collins
He
hurt.
hurt?
Yeah.
When he get hurt?
That
He
game.
been out for a couple games. Yeah, he hurt.
Dang.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Gary
They ain't got nobody to go. I think
They better not put Gary Trent Jr. on that board, man. They better knock that off.
Hey, Jared, the well's running dry, man.
Hey,
You right,
hey, don't
Greg. Oh man, what?
don't be surprised they play that 2-3 zone.
Hey,
I was on the Lakers. I was on the Lakers.
I would. Shoot it, Danny. Shoot it.
I was on the Lakers. Bro.
Just gonna force LeBron to take more threes he shouldn't be taking.
Hey, look at the ball, step back. But all right, man. That was our first little take of rapid fire. Any topic or any statement we made in the video, just try to put it down in the comments and say what you say or whatever you agree on, or if you disagree with something we said. Let's start trying to get some more interaction in the comments, man. The support's been great so far. We appreciate you guys. Those have subscribed. So those who have subscribed and those who haven't, please subscribe. Hit the like button, all that good stuff. But this is Agree to Disagree. I'm my boy Jay Lloyd, OG Pops, Coach B, Craig Williams, and I'm John. Until next time, man. We out.